Hi, good morning. Today we are going to discuss about non-inverting op-amp and op-amp as voltage follower. So last video we have discussed about inverting operation amplifier. So what is meant by inverting operation amplifier? Out of the two available inputs for the op-amp, when we apply the input at the inverting terminal of the op-amp, that scenario is referred to as what? Inverting operation amplifier. But in the case of non-inverting op-amp, here we'll apply the input at the non-inverting terminal of the op-amp and the other terminal is connected to ground. This configuration is known as non-inverting op-amp operational amplifier, and later we'll see how the op-amp will act like a voltage follower. The other name for voltage follower is buffer. And next one, so in the last video we have discussed about inverting the operation amplifier. In the case of inverting operation amplifier, the negative terminal, the input is applied at the negative terminal of the op-amp and the positive terminal of the op-amp is connected to ground, and we have two resistors RF and R1, the feedback resistor RF and the input resistance R1, and here some fraction of output is fed back to the input through the feedback resistor R1 or by the help of the feedback resistor R1. And this is the configuration of non-inverting operation amplifier. So here make a difference between the non-inverting operation amplifier and inverting operational amplifier. Right. So in the case of non-inverting operation amplifier, here the input is applied at the non-inverting terminal of the op-amp and the other terminal is connected to ground, and here some fraction of output is applied to the negative terminal of the op-amp. So obviously it is a negative feedback configuration, and now here we are going to derive the relationship between the output Vout and the input of the non-inverting operational amplifier. Now, so I can redraw the circuit in a better way so that you can understand in a very flexible manner. So that is what here what we have in the circuit, and here the input voltage is applied at the non-inverting terminal and the input resistance is connected to the inverting terminal of the op-amp. The input is applied at the non-inverting terminal of the op-amp and the output is some fraction of output is connected to the negative terminal of the op-amp through feedback resistor RF, and the other terminal of the R1 input resistance is connected to ground, and the first terminal of the resistor R1 is connected to the negative terminal of the op-amp. So I draw the circuit again in a flexible manner, and here according to the virtual ground concept. So what is the virtual ground concept? Both the voltages which are applying at the inverting and non-inverting terminal of the op-amp, that is V1 equal to V2. Both the terminals are at the same potential. So here according to the virtual ground concept, whatever the input voltage that is appearing at the non-inverting terminal of the op-amp, that is V1, the same voltage will be applied at the inverting terminal of the op-amp, that is called V1. V1 and this is V2, and these two are equal according to the virtual ground concept. So let us consider that so here some fraction of output voltage is indicated by Vx. This Vx is appeared or it is applied to the negative terminal of the op-amp. This is some fraction of output voltage Vout. So how we can calculate the Vx value here according to the voltage division principle? So we can calculate this Vx as Vx equal to, here we are calculating the voltage across this R1 that is indicated by Vx. Now that particular resistor R1 by R1 plus Rf into Vout, that is the output resistance Vout. Now here V plus indicates the voltage appearing at the non-inverting terminal of the op-amp, and V minus indicates the voltage appearing at the inverting terminal of the op-amp. So whenever these two are equal, that concept is called as what? Virtual ground concept, right? So here V minus is equal to Vx, and this Vx is equal to V, right? So V in equal to R1 by R1 plus Rf, and here V out by V in equal to R1 plus Rf by R1. So we can get 1 plus Rf by R1. That is the virtual ground concept. So here the relation between the output voltage and input voltage in the case of non-inverting operational amplifier is 1 plus RF by R1. So here the output voltage of the non-inverting operational amplifier can be calculated as 1 plus RF by R1 into Vin. So here whatever the input voltage you are applying, for example if Vin equal to 1 volt and the output may be 3 volts or 4 volts of DC when we apply the DC voltage, or else when we apply the AC input voltage of 2 volts, so we can get the 5 volts or 6 volts of AC voltage. So here one important point we have to make we have to note down here is the input and output both are in phase here. But in the case of inverting operational amplifier, V out equal to minus RF by R1 into V. So here the output and input of the op amp, they are out of phase with each other, that is 180 degrees out of phase. So whenever the input is something like some positive value V equal to 2 volts, and the output should be the phase reversal of the input voltage, that is minus of something. So in the case of non-inverting operational amplifier, both the input voltage and output voltage, these two are in phase with each other. And the next one, non-inverting operational amplifier. So here the Zin equal to infinite. So what is meant by Zin? The input impedance of the op amp. The input impedance of the op amp is defined as the input resistance seen across the Vin. So let us consider the current which is flowing through the op amp terminal. Positive terminal is indicated by In equal to V by R, right? So V in by Zin, right? So here Zin equal to the input impedance of inverting op amp. Now we are going to calculate the input impedance of inverting op amp. So this is a configuration of inverting op amp, because we are applying the input at the inverting terminal of the op amp and the non-inverting terminal of the op amp is connected to ground, right? So here the input impedance is indicated by Zin, right? Now this Zin is equal to it is equal to R1, right? So now the current which is flowing through the terminals of the op amp is indicated by I. So here I equal to V by R. So V in by Zin, right? So V in by R1. So here almost Zin equal to R1. So that is the input impedance of the inverting op amp. And then coming to input impedance of non-inverting operational amplifier. So here the input resistance which is applied across this Vin, which is seen across this Vin, is equal to Rin. So here Zin equal to V in by Zin. The input impedance of the non-inverting operational amplifier, Zin equal to V in by In. So In is the current which is flowing through the terminals of the op amp. And here according to the input offset current, the In equal to 0. According to the virtual ground concept also, the terminals of the op amp should not draw any current. So In equal to 0. So thereby if In equal to 0, something by 0 in the sense Zin will become infinite. And next one, op amp, how it can be act as a buffer. So for the non-inverting operational amplifier, if you want to make it as a buffer, if you want to use it as a buffer, so we should make RF equal to 0, that is the feedback resistance should make is equal to 0, and R1 equal to infinite resistance we have at the input side of the op amp. So here this configuration is known as buffer. So here whatever the input voltage we are applying at the non-inverting terminal of the op amp, the same voltage will be appeared at the inverting terminal of the op amp. The same voltage will be carried and that will be appeared as the output voltage V out. And here you see this is the configuration of non-inverting operational amplifier. Here we are using some circuit or for example we are applying some input voltage at the non-inverting terminal of the op amp. Let's say it is 5 volts. So whatever according to the virtual ground concept, the same voltage will be appeared at the inverting terminal of the op amp. That inverting terminal is directly connected to the output voltage. That output voltage is directly applied to the circuit number 2. So the same voltage whatever which is coming from the circuit 1, the same voltage will be applied as the input for the circuit 2. So this is called as what is buffer. So it can act like a buffer. This is all about non-inverting operational amplifier. Thank you.